welcome back to my channel and to Craft With Me Mondays. So today, well, last week we picked mixed media. I don't know what I did with it, but anyways, we picked mixed media. So I've gathered a few things. I thought it might be fun to play with these. These are just some very inexpensive watercolor, glittery watercolor paints. And I have my little pastels, again, very inexpensive. I don't play with a lot of expensive stuff because I really haven't done a lot of it. So I figured if I do really enjoy it, then I can go to the little higher cost stuff. But for now, I'm okay with doing the stuff that's not so expensive. And then I have these markers. They're not alcohol markers. I wish they were, but they're not. That's one thing I would like to invest in, is some alcohol markers. And then I have these watercolors, which I thought we could play with. And I also have my homemade paste. And we're going to play with that too. So let's move this stuff aside. And I have my little water brush paintbrush. That made sense. My water paintbrush. There we go. These ones are kind of very handy because you just fill them with water and you just have to get them going. That's all you have to do, is get them going. And once you get them going, it's all good. There we go. And I've set my timer for 1 hour. Can you believe it? I did it. So what I have here is I've taken from our kit, our collection, and this is the mixed media pages, and this was in 4. So I just cut them out. And what I did was I put gesso on these to prepare them for watercolors. But I didn't this one because I thought, well, let's see what it does. See how good it is, how bad it is. We'll see. But you can also use, instead of using gesso, you can just use white acrylic paint and just very thinly. You're just putting on enough to say there's something there other than just the paper. That's all. So let's try this one here first, and let's do with our colors, our pastels here. And I thought what would be nice is just to kind of highlight these a little bit and just kind of bring in that. The pastels are funny. Well, this is more like a chalk. But I thought it'd be kind of nice to just kind of bring in and make it a little more vibrant. Some of this. And we certainly have kind of sort of the colors that match. Oops. This one doesn't want to do so well. These ones are, like I said, these ones are very cheap. So they're not, probably as nice as what ones that were a little more expensive would be. But it's kind of sort of like doing a little bit of fun stuff there. And I know it might not look exactly nice right now, but trust the process, right? Trust the process. Because that's what we got to do. Trust the process is what I've been told. Oops. Let's see. I'm not really digging this here, but let's see. Not so bad. Let's see if we take and, does that help? And amazingly enough, you would think because this is a chalk that it rubs off, and it really doesn't. Once you get it smeared into your paper, it really does not. Okay. And then what I thought we could do with this, I thought we could take one of the stencils and I just wanted to highlight. In fact, I wish I had I have watercolor pencils and I cannot find them. I cannot locate them. And I don't know. Let's see, what does a pencil do? Maybe we just need a pencil. I'd like to just kind of highlight these lines a little bit in here. Just like, there we go. There we go. Just to give it a little more definition. You know what I mean? That's what I want. Just more definition. And let's just do a little in here. I don't know what happened to my, to my watercolor, my watercolor pencils. I don't know what I did with them. I put them somewhere. They're tucked somewhere. Safekeeping, I guess. There, just to kind of define things a little bit and give them a little more. Yeah, it's good. I like that. Okay. So then I thought we could, I haven't taped this thing down before, but let's do that today because this is one that's just going to fit. And we're just going to try this out. Like I said, I've never taped it down before, but let's do it now. So, like so. I wonder if that's a smart idea. What do you think? I don't know. Anyways, so this is my stuff that I made months ago. And as you can see, it's still very pliable. I didn't have my lid on there all the way like I should have. So it did get a little thicker than what it was, but I'm okay with that. It still works. This is the mixture that I did with cornstarch. And this is just a plain stencil, nothing fabulous about it, just a plain and simple stencil. Okay, we're going to clear this up with another credit card. There we go. And we'll put the lid on very tight. You just have to make sure that you keep your seal around your container clear. And then it lasts. Like I said, that's months ago that I did that. So, okay, let's see. And we're going to let this dry, and then we're going to give it a little bit of color. Lift straight off. Look how pretty that is. Okay, so we're just going to get rid of that. And I have my cloth there waiting. Oops, because when you're doing stuff like this, you should clean your stencils right away. Once this stuff dries on, it dries on. So we're just going to take and a little piece here. Get this out of the way. And we'll put that over there. And I'm just going to, my Dollar Tree cleaner. And I can just let that sit in there. It's not going to dry. The paste won't dry, because I don't want the paste drying into that, right? There we go. Okay, just make sure that, and if you're not going to do it right away, just wrap it up in something wet, like so. And put it in a place that you don't care. Okay, so there's one. Let's do a little bit of playing with, I'm going to check this one. Let's do a little bit of playing with our pencil again. And I know you could buy the charcoal pencils. You can buy, of course, the black watercolor pencils. Those, I love it. In fact, out of all the colors that I have, that is really the only one that I have used a lot, and it's whittling down. I'm just defining some of these lines, just because that's for my own personal likes. And we're going to see what the pencil does with the, when I do the watercolor in there. Let's just do right in here. Yeah, it just needs a little bit there. Right, and maybe here. We could do this all day, couldn't I? Okay, there we go. Enough pencil. So these ones I haven't used. I think I did use them a long time ago, but it's been a while. And I have my little spray bottle. And there we go. And let's see, let's take, because I think this color and this and maybe some gold, that would be pretty in there. You don't have to always do a lot, you just have to do some. You can do it you can spread it lots and lots. I'm just going to put that little water to these, get them going, and do the whole, or you can do the whole page, or you can just do a little bit and there we go. Do a little bit and just highlight your page, which is what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to highlight my page. I'm going to highlight here. Just kind of run it through. Just kind of run it through. A little in there. A little in there. And this will give it that nice little glow. It'll give it a little shimmer. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this one yet, but we're just going to, a little bit of paper towel here. Change colors. Oh, that's going to be pretty when that dries. Let's see what the copper does. Just kind of give it around. I don't mind that at all. Let's see what it does over top of the pencil. I got a lot of water in that. That's okay. I don't mind that. Am I still on screen here? You can see that it's kind of moving on its own. That could be the gesso. It could be that it's not that expensive of a paint, but you can see how this came into play there. That's pretty. I like that. And then maybe just a little more in here. Try this. Get rid of some of that water in there. There we go. There we go. Now we'll get a little more distinctive here. And then maybe on this one, we'll just doodle some stuff. That's pretty. I like that. Okay, so let's clean our brush here. And let's try. Where there they are. I'm just going to gently put these in here because I don't want them spilling. They'll dry out on their own. And we're just going to stick that over there. And let's try these ones. These are my Dollarama ones. Oops, don't put that there. Exciting as they are. And you know, the thing is that they work. And so, you know, just in case you have children that want to play with you, we should put some on that. Well, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. And then we're going to do this. You know, this might be, what did I pay for this? I think it was like $4 that I paid for this kit. But it also comes with one of these brushes, another regular brush, and a pencil. I'm assuming that's a charcoal pencil, but I haven't been able to get, oh, there we go. Well, let's see. Let's see. I'm assuming that's a charcoal pencil. Well, let's see. Is it? No, it's just HB. That's a regular pencil. So what I was using. So, whatever. It's just got a sharper edge to it. Let's just do some funny. Let's do some. Once you start this, you kind of got to go with it. Or at least I think you do. There we go. Good enough. Good enough. Okay, let's see what we can pick here. Put that back in there. Now, these colors are not sparkly. So let's pick. We're here, and this one, maybe? This one. Let's do this one. Let's do that one. Okay. Oh, let's go yellow. Now this one I didn't water down too much, so maybe we'll just do. And this here you can also take and doodle on these. I don't care for that too much. We're getting all the same thing here, aren't we? There we go. Let's try this color. Oh, this is really. There we go. Like that. Not so bad. Mix a little bit of this yellow in here. There's a little extra color in there. This here seems to be awfully white here, doesn't it? We're gonna have fun yet. Don't worry. We're just building our bases. We're just building our bases. Okay, which is one that I did? This one here. This one here. Trust the process, I'm told. Trust the process. This is almost like using just a marker. Okay, let's just leave that. We're just building bases, remember? We're just building bases. Okay. So, and then let's just try one with the markers. They don't take very long to dry because I'm not really using a lot of water in there. Okay, let's try. What color should we try? Let's do this one here. This one. Now that's my wide. Let's see, what should we do here? Let's just do some. Let's just do some doodling. Yeah, let's do something. Let's do a color on there. The markers are quite bold, aren't they? But I'm okay. Okay. It would be difficult to get out of here, though. Let's just do some. I'm not liking this one. I'm not liking this. Let's try something here. If you're not liking it, you can always take and white it out. Well, let's add some. Let's see what happens when we add some of these pretty colors in here. Okay. Let's see. Well, we still have lots of copper here. Let's try this. Need more water in there. Let's just do that. Let's get these. Let's get all the colors going. And that's. Well, just hold on. Trust the process, they say. Let's see. bit more. Let's put a little more there. There we go. There we go. I like that better. This gives it a little bit of, let's try a little bit of that blue in there. There, that just wipes that right out. I'm okay with that. I like that. Okay. Smudged a little bit more. There we go. That's better. A little more water in there. Okay. So we're just going to let that dry a little bit. And we'll see what it's going to do when it's dry. Okay. So what I thought I would do, you can see that this one kind of folded up on me a little bit, but that's okay. It's still pliable. And so let's color. Let's color. Should we color with that one? Or let's do the flowers in the pinky in this one here. Because I'm a pinky girl. Okay, let's try this. You don't want to put too wet. I can see I already got it kind of, sort of, very wet. Oop, oop, oop. Oh, that's cool. Okay, let's try. That doesn't look very pinky to me. Does that look pinky to you? Kind of thinking that maybe I should have used a little darker color, but that's okay. We'll fix that. Let's get some of this water out of here. There we go. Try that. There we go. Okay, then let's try. We're gonna have an awful lot of green, aren't we? Let's see, what color is this? There we go. Okay, well, I'm okay with it not being perfect. am. You guys play with watercolors a lot? I don't. I don't play with mixed media enough. I always say I don't have time for it, but I should make time because it's kind of relaxing and kind of frustrating when it doesn't turn out the way you envision in your head, but trust the process and just keep up with it and work with it until you get something that you do like. Okay, let's see if we can get a little darker green here. And maybe, just because we're working with watercolors, why not? Let's just do a little bit of shading here. Okay, let's take, let's see, what color should we take? Maybe a little bit of this. Let's see what that just does. Doesn't really do much of anything. Might have too much water in there. Yeah, let's get that out of there. Ish. I don't have, oh, maybe we try. Let's do this color here. Let's just work it up there so we can get some of that color out. See if it's enough of a difference. See if it's enough of a difference to make a difference. Kind of like that color better. Yeah, I do. I like that better. That looks better. Hopefully you can still see me. I get so involved in playing here that I forget. And then I think we're just going to take and give it a little bit. Black always brings stuff together. So I think we're going to put a little black in there. I'm just dabbing off some of the extra color that we have in there. And I think, maybe we should mix a little bit of this gold in there, in these flowers. What do you say? A little bit of gold in there. There, that's pretty. I don't know if the camera is bringing these up, bringing this color up, or these paints sparkle in here, but oh boy, are they pretty. And a professional would probably say, oh no, these are terrible paints, but I'm okay with that because for me, with a little bit that I do, I think they're just fine. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry just a little bit. And let's go back to this guy. Because I thought then what might be nice is, let us take another one of our stencils. Oops, don't do that. What did I do with them? That one's starting to come out nice. It really is. Okay, so let's do this one. Everything is dry. So I'm going to take, you could take and paint it. I'm not going to. And I'm going to take my, you know what? We should do a brighter, bolder one, right? Yeah, let's do lumberjack plaid. Let's do that one. Ooh, red flowers? Why not? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So we're going to hold this down here. Because it's not great. I'm not going to get it on that bright, but this would look pretty, I think. Just give a little bit. Is that a flower there? I think it is, isn't it? I think those are flowers. Is it? Yeah, there's a flower there. Has to be. It is now. It's a bud. It's a bud. And that's a flower there. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's see what we got. A little darker. Better do a little darker. There we go. I want to see what I need to change in here. Okay, so we're going to get done with that one. And then I have the forest moss here, which will work with this. Oh, dark. I want it dark. As dark as I can get it anyways. There we go. And then we're going to put these away because you see what's happening here. I'm getting my normal, fill your space up, Sophie, and work with a little tiny spot. Okay, so now we have that one done. And I think what we're going to do here is we are going to do a little black. Let's get our black marker in here. Now I said I was going to work on my cover, and I have my cover here, but I think what I might do is put one of these pieces on the cover. That might be what I do. Okay, so we need to have the little dots in here. Need to be, I know they're, but I want them a little bolder. Right. And maybe highlight in here. That's a little something, something. That's a little something. Now, I know there's supposed to be a leaf here, but boy, it sure doesn't look like one, does it? Oops. And we're just going to, do we want to put a little bit of, that's what I should have done, use this edge. Duh. That's okay. It's artistic. It's artistic. Oh, that's, you said it. Let's do it. Okay. Then let's take our this guy here, and I have my trusty. I don't even put this away. I just keep it here, and I just do stuff with it. That's what all I do. Let's just put that in here. Make like little, just to give it a little. It looks like this, right? Just looks like it's faintly. There we go. Just a little. And another thing that you can do, which I'm going to do on this, is I am going to, yes I am, honest. But I don't have anything to flip it up against. But I want to outline this in black. And that's when I use this color. This guy here. But I also don't want that to go through that, and that's what's going to happen. Oh well, let's wing it. No, that's not going to work for me. I know what I got. I know what I got. I know what I got. This guy. This one here, because this is not going to. What I did is this one here. I'm going to hand draw some flowers, and we're going to just give them some color. Hopefully we have time for that. And then we're going to find a pretty saying to go on that, and we're going to add some more black to it. There we go. Just something to outline the edges. If you got a different black marker, use it, because this one really does smell. But I like the look of that. Okay. Stinky, stinky. Well, let's go back to this one. It should be dry now. Look how pretty that is. That's really pretty. And I think what we're going to do is give it a little definition here too with the black, and that would be pretty. I think I'm out of screen again, aren't I? Yes, I am. Sorry. Gives it that. I think this might be my cover, my topper for my journal. What I'm going to use is this here, and I'm going to emboss this, and then that'll be on there like that. See, that's pretty. Okay, so, and if you take and if you're doing this, if you just give it that little bit, go in a little bit, it just gives it that, not everything so perfectly. It just gives it that worn look. Just make sure you smooth out your edge so that you don't. See? Don't leave like a line, because then it won't look natural. But if you just kind of there. Oh, we better put, because we have here, just, it needs one right here. And that's what I mean. Don't leave a straight line like that. Kind of smooth it out. There. There. Okay, I'm taking that. Now, what if we took our fine tip, let's try this, and just give it a little outline in black. Just a little one. Just to give it a A little bit of definition. Yep, like that. Kind of gives it that whimsical look too, which I like, the whimsical or folky art stuff. Now this I did not care for as we started, but I'm digging it now. Let's go around here. You could do a thicker one if you wanted. I was just trying, so I didn't want to go too thick, just in case it looked terrible. But I do like the definition in that. Tomorrow, for Trash to Treasure, Suzanne and I are doing a live. All the details will be in the groups. It's going to be in Suzanne's group this time because we did my group last time. There we go. And we're going to, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I have a fun story to share. About the project that I will be working on. And then we're going to take our, and just give it a little bit of life here. Oops, like so. Because I think it looks a little better with a little bit of, and maybe a few dots. So I don't know, what is it with the dots? It just gives it that, you know, that little, I don't know, little something, something. Let's do something here too, right? Yeah. It just kind of gives it that little whimsical, way better. And then let's just put some dots in around here. You can do it with splashing paint. I obviously do not have any black paint here to splash. So I'm just doing a little more controlled, less messy. There we go. Okay. So that is going to be my cover of my journal. That's pretty. And then I'll put a saying in there. Can you see that? Oh, it's pretty, pretty. Okay, let's move on. So this one here is also one that needs, well, it's got black dots in there. Maybe, you know what? I think I'm just going to, sometimes less is better. And I'm just going to I might have to trim it down a little bit and re-blacken the edge, but I think that's very pretty. And then put a nice saying in here. I don't have any handy right now, but that's what I'm going to do with that one. And let's see this poor thing. What are we going to do with this thing? What are we going to do with it? Let's do what I said and draw some whimsical flowers. And this is a card that I took apart the inside, and oh, that's pretty. It's got a little embossing on it. Is that going to show? No, that's not going to show. Let's use that one. Use that one for maybe a journal card or something. Okay, so what I thought we could do is, get my paints out of the way here. Let's see, I have the green on this one. Where's my, I put them all away, didn't I? Yes, you did. You know what? let's try something. Here, we used the ink pad. Let's try this. And let's do this too. Let's do, where did my, there they are. There they are. All right. I think these are probably too, oh, let's make them yellow. Probably too thick to go in here and do this, but yeah, well, it might work. If you had more of a pointy edge, I'd just use a corner, maybe. Let's try that. Let's try that. I guess that's it. Oh, wait. Oh, oh. Oh. I moved it. Let's see. That's okay. Okay, let's do this. And let's give them a little bit more of a, because I did it. I moved them. Okay, so now let's try, what kind of green is this color? Oh, I should have put some yellow right there. I see that. I moved it again, didn't I? Okay. Oh. Even though they call these pastels, they're really not pastels, they're chalk. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I don't know. I've never done this before. Oh, there goes the nugget. Okay, let's see what this. Well, that's kind of different. If you were using that as a background to something, yeah, you can smear it, make it kind of like a. Oh, that's an experiment. You know, actually, in the right circumstances, that might not be so bad. Just give it kind of the, not too hard, but you can see where the glue is from this one. And then if you were to take and fill in, let's fill in these centers. Let's fill in this center here. And then let's do a little bit of brown. And then we'll have a and then take our black. Looks like little pretty faint sunflowers. That's it. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Let's see. Can we even see where these ones were? Not really. No, let's just create our own little something like that. And something like that. I think it was. And then we'll, so, you know, it's just play with it, right? And I don't mind the look of the this should go right up. There we go. I don't mind the look of the smeared chalk. There we go. Oops, put that over here. And let's give these just a little more color in here. Yeah, that could work. Not on here. You can't cut this out, but if I would have done it onto a card, that's pretty. I like that. And let's try a little more brown in here, just to give it a little more. There. So that's another thing you can do. Another thing you can do is just take and draw yourself a flower. And it doesn't have, this one thing about kind of being a folk arty thing is it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be. Am I out of screen again? Yes, I am. Okay, let's go back over here. And let's do some dots in there. And let's do some lines in here. Yes, Nugget. Oh boy. I was doing pretty good. Okay, let's make this one a purple one. And the thing with this too is when you cut these out, you can cut them. Oh boy, he's just going, we're almost done here, so I'm not going to worry about him too much. He's just going to do what he does. And then let's see, should we do a, what color? Oh, should we do a, let's do a yellow center. Let's do a yellow center. There. And then if you want to, you can blend, maybe blend some colors in here. Yeah, see? I don't work with chalks very much either, but I kind of, you know, it makes blending easy. And I suppose if you needed to, you could protect it with something, put a clear coat of some sort on it. I'm not going to do that because it's actually okay. These ones are okay. So that's another thing you can do with the mixed media. Make your own little ephemera, depending on how good of an artist you are. Also, you can take your stamps, and we're going to do that right away. And if you're using watercolors in your stamp, make sure that your ink is the right. I'm off screen a little bit again. Someday I will learn to remain on screen all times. Oh, there's our timer. We're at an hour now. So we're just going to quickly get this one done. And then I'm just going to, if you wanted to do a, we're just going to do with the stamp that I brought out. I'm not even going to dig other stamps out. So, we still haven't done anything with that one, but that's okay. That would look pretty on there. Something like that, something ever so simple. We're going to put that one aside because I'm not really happy with it. But there's another thing you can do with it, do with your mixed media stuff, is draw your own things or stamp them. And we're going to just do a little stamping here. How good this is going to turn out, I don't know, but if you were doing a little background, and then dry it because you don't want it to be wet. Now, oh, let's, oh, here, let's do this. You see what I'm doing? Let's do, let's do this. Let's just make a little pink. Let's just do a little pink. And I don't know where my thing went, so we're just going to use the opposite side of this. Just real quick. Oh, wait till your ink is dry. Wait till your ink is dry. Or just dab, don't push it. And voila! Yeah, that doesn't look very good, but if you, let's hold on. Well, let's see. Let's see. Maybe we'll just do this a little bit over top of it. Yeah, that's a fail. It's not, because my flowers just didn't turn out very nice. But if you did that, and then cut out, oh, let's just do it quick. Let's just do it quick. Let's make a flower. You see my go-to flowers? Oh, terrible. I'm a terrible flower drawer. I really am. There we go. And then let's just do some of this. And let's do a little yellow in the center. And let's see what that looks like once we cut it out. A little bit yellow in there. See how bad that looks. It's all play. It's all play. And things look better when you cut them out. I hope I'm not off screen most of the time. And then I just have to do it all over again. And that's okay, because I've learned my lesson on a few things. What I would do differently next time. Oops, let's get that down here. There we go. Okay, so there we have it. And that would look very cute on a page. I'm just going to trim this up here a little bit. That would look very cute on a page. So play with it. Play with your stamps. I don't bring my stuff out often enough. I really don't. So let's see, what are we doing next? We're just going to go with the flow here. Or over time. So I'm just going to throw these here, mix them up, and let's keep one out. Don't know what it is, but we're just going to keep, oops, don't want to. Let's see, what are we going to do next week? Oh, we're going to do clusters. Oh, I like clusters. Let's do clusters. Sounds good to me. Okay, thank you guys for joining me with Craft With Me Mondays. I hope you had a good time. Please check out our live tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun. And thank you very much. Bye-bye now.